we have our senior citizens here, and they are here for a reason. And the reason is that they want to stand against injustice, against harassment and intimidation.
The contention is that Chief Muyiwa Ibeon, who is the other party contesting the stool with the local community, is not from any of the 4 ruling houses in Mopa, and is therefore not entitled to the Elulu stool. He was, however, installed illegally by Mopa Traditional Council in May 2024 in flagrant disregard and breach of the court injunction order, and injunction / injunction of the High Court Kotogarfi of February 2024 to maintain the status quo ante. This press release is to bring to the attention of the whole world of the cases of intimidation, harassment, and threat to life being perpetrated against some Mopa indigents by Chief Muyiwa Ibeon, one of the parties involved in the ongoing chieftaincy title tussle over the Elulu of Mopa stool. Some of such cases are as follows. 1. MTC, which I call Mopa Traditional Council, being fully aware of the subsisting court order on the Elulu stool, illegally coronated Chief Muyiwa Ibeon as the Elulu of Mopa in May 2024. The illegal coronation was purportedly based on the February 2024 to maintain the status quo ante. However, he has up to date not been able to provide the hard copy of the purported appointment letter to the public. Rather, he has always relied on and presented a leaked soft copy of the letter to deceive the public. The whole world may please know that the offices of the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice and the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs are joint defendants in the High Court Kotogarfi case on this matter before the said coronation, and threatening those he perceives as opponent to his views and actions. These ongoing violations of human rights in Mopa, if not checked, could lead to breakdown of law and order in our peace-loving town. Chief Muyiwa Ibeon is deliberately attempting to rewrite the history of Mopa to fit his narratives and worldview as follows. Restructuring Mopa land by creating the so-called Elulu Advisory Council and unilaterally making it the highest advisory council in the land, and recreating the ruling houses in Mopa to suit his own narrative, creating with some of his chiefs the so-called kingmakers for Mopa land, which is never had in the history and tradition of Mopa. In other words, the town has no ruling houses. 0.
No kingmakers.
No kingmakers. Sorry, no kingmakers. 0. Unlike some part of Yoruba land, you have that tradition. But in the case of Mopa, we do not have kingmakers.
We have ruling houses.
We have ruling houses. What you call in Yoruba land, you translate it to Yoruba, means afobaje. We do not have it at all.
And the practice is that any ruling house whose turn it is will be called upon by the traditional council to nominate and present
a candidate
for
that is our, yes. You know, we have 4 ruling houses, so they do it turn by turn. So when it is the turn of a ruling house, they will tell you, present your candidate. So it is your own business in your ruling house to present a candidate and present it for the endorsement of the town. This has been going on for 2 centuries. So for you to just, because you have some change and then because problem of stomach infrastructure in the land, to bulldoze your way, appoint some people and then call them kingmakers, just for the purpose of electing you. That is the problem we have. And as you all know, when you talk of tradition and culture, tradition is that has lasted for 2 centuries. Someone cannot just come overnight and upturn it and then expecting us to keep quiet as elders of the town. So we are above the issue of a problem of stomach infrastructure. Using Elulu's office to cajole Mopa citizens to pay him homage and subsequently flashing the photos of the events to deceive the public about its popularity and acceptability of the people. Chief Muyiwa Ibem is interfering with the operation of Mopa Welfare Society, the officially recognized independent community development organ with a long history and heritage of very successful developmental initiatives and actions that are accountable for the eminent and enviable position for which Mopa is known today within the immediate communities, states, and Nigeria. The examples of how he is threatening the existence of the amiable organization and heritage are as follows. On September 13, 2024, Chief Ibem forcefully installed an illegal president of Mopa Welfare Society against the directive of the legally appointed Board of Trustees, deferring the election of his executive to September 2025 due to his threat of using firearms and other dangerous weapons to deal with any person who disobeyed him. Elders who attended the meeting with him can attest to what we are telling you. He told them that if they go ahead and hold the meeting, whatever they see, they should take it. So the elders now had to postpone the event till next year 25. But he does not want that. So when you begin to threaten your community elders that whatever they see, they should take it, that is of someone who wants to rule a collectivity. He unilaterally posted this year Mopa Welfare Society Day, a yearly event which has been in existence for about 70 years, because he does not feel comfortable with the possible results of the election by the organizing committee.
He said he's postponing it in his power,
yes,
as the Elulu till December. The tradition is every September, second week, second Saturday, we have what we call Mopa Day. And from nowhere, this has been in existence for over 70 years. He came, he said, from this year, he's not going to have Mopa Day until December to celebrate his birthday or whatever. And other flimsy excuses he wants to bring people. Assessing the implication and the threat to peace of the town, said, okay, for peace to reign, we are postponing both the business meeting, the Mopa Day celebration, till
next year
2025, during which whatever it is there, we will have been able to amicably resolve it. But as we are speaking now, it's still on the decision that he's going to host it in December. In fact, he has constituted some
planning
committee and what he considered other committees, which we know will not augur well for the interest of the people.
Okay, unilaterally disbanded the Mopa Youth Council, which is traditionally the youth wing of Mopa Welfare Society, and unilaterally created a fragmented alternative in its place to break the ranks of the community youths, since he has failed to get the desired necessary support of the youth for his ambition. He unilaterally created an alternative community development platform called Elulu Policies and Projects Implementation Committee to reduce the authority, power, and efficient working process of Mopa Welfare Society, which traditionally has been responsible for the coordination of development programs for Mopa. He is interfering with the freedom of speech and association of those he perceives as opponents to the Elulu throne. For example, he used his illegal position to petition the Corporate Affairs Commission at Abuja, demanding for the registration of our organization, in contravention of the exercise of our fundamental human rights as guaranteed under the Constitution. We all know that there's freedom of association guaranteed. Even under military regime, you are allowed to freely associate. But not to talk of under a democracy, for an individual to write Corporate Affairs Commission saying they should register us for no good reason. We are elders. 60 and above, 70, 75. You ask them to deregister us. But we have replied the Corporate Affairs Commission. Let them try it. We'll go to court to challenge that disregistration. And the Corporate Affairs Commission will be there to prove to the whole world what we have done that was wrong. He's interfering, I've said the clan heads to a meeting where he showed them a soft copy of his report, claiming that he's the appointed Elulu Of Mopa by the Kogi State government on salary of the state. Each attendee was given the sum of 5,000 naira to sign a prepared list ostensibly to be used as proof to the government that he has the endorsement of all the clan heads for his ambition. It may interest the whole world to know that the signatures of those who failed or refused to attend the meeting were forged. We have the available evidence. He said he wants to meet with the clan heads in his house. Innocently, they went, and they had a prepared list of attendees. And so whoever, they told them that before you are giving your envelope, you must sign. They didn't know that he wanted to use it for a purpose, to send to the state government and see, look, all the 54 clans in Mopa have endorsed me. And so those who didn't want to leave the space blank, those who didn't want to attend, their signatures were forged, and we're telling the state, using this medium, to tell the Kogi State government that any list that comes from him purporting to claim that the clan heads of Mopa endorsed him was fraudulently obtained. It was fraudulent because they never knew the intention. And those who didn't go, he sent hot messages to their houses. This is uncalled for. It is fraud. Even so, I have it on good authority that someone wants to take them to court for forging the signature of his father. So that is the situation. And innocently, the state government will not know that these signatures were obtained under fraudulent circumstances. They will think it is true. So we are using this medium to appeal to the Kogi State government that it was obtained under false circumstance, a fraudulent circumstance, and they should ignore it. 7. He incessantly used and is still using the police force to harass those who are legally contesting this installation as Elulu Of Mopa. Our innocent indigents were invited several times for questioning by the Commissioner of Police, Kogi State Command, Area Commander Kaba, and by the Divisional Police Officer in charge of Mopamuru local government. The whole world may please note that each of these cases were based on flimsy and unsubstantiated trump-up allegations by some fictitious and anonymous complainants suspected to be proxies of Chief Muyiwa Ibem. You are contesting a stool with somebody who is also a man of 70 MNI who rose government. Can he be causing problem in the town to visit the police? This is a work gone too far, a breach too far, and we feel that it's not fair. The police should be neutral in this matter. And if they are inviting our people, they should also invite him.
The seriousness of this police harassment has been officially reported.
Our town is peaceful.
Very peaceful.
We are peace-loving people. He forcefully renamed Iloke Palace to Ileteju Palace to provoke Oba Iloke and the Iloke community for daring to contest the Elulu stood with him. We have Iloke has a palace. He went there and brought painters to paint it and rename it. Suppose the other party decided to challenge him, that will result to a breakdown of law and order. But we appeal to them to be calm, since we're already in court. He allowed his proxies to disrespect clan heads that did not honor a solidarity meeting, referring to them as useless for Mopa, and they are to be automatically and naturally replaced. On this note, one of our members was discriminatorily issued a letter to report to the Council of Traditional Chiefs of Mopa to face a disciplinary committee for actions considered unsupportive of Chief Muyiwa's illegal installation and recognition. I'm even the person that they invited. And I consider an insult for you to invite me because I'm not supporting you. I have been a traditional chief in Mopa for almost at April 2010 to now. I've been a traditional title chief in Mopa almost how many years now? Close to 15 years. And I'm also Olubode of Mopa. This is on merit. A title given to me about 20 years now. And you are inviting me, and I've contributed to the development of that town. Invite me to face a disciplinary action. I'm not above the law if I have committed anything, but I'm in love with my town. And what we have done is there for everybody to see. You are inviting, and they are saying we are contesting that your position is illegal, to ask me to come and appear before an illegal body. If the court resolve and they say you are the Elulu, yeah, I will have to abide by what the court says as a law-abiding citizen. But for now, we don't have an Elulu, and I have not done anything that is contrary to the law. So I cannot appear before any of your committee.
In my capacity, I hold one of the highest honors awards in the town, Mopa Merit Award. These are not conferred on just anybody. It's based on your contribution
to the development,
and upliftment of the society. And for a very young person who knows little or no history of Mopa, just coming up and telling me that I should be reporting to DPO or Commissioner of Police, I consider it very laughable. But I'm waiting. Any day he knows my house. In fact, my house in the village is very close to his.
11. He uses bloggers, proxies, passive opponents, and to politicize the developmental initiative of our silent, long-time patrons and benefactors. This is to make their initiative look nonsensical and inconsequential to Mopa people, with a view to promoting his selfish, self-aggrandizement, and self-serving ambition. Recently, he has also used some bloggers to spread false information about our organization to intimidate and embarrass us. On this one, he has already gotten some palace jesters and praise singers who they give some tips. Every community has social media platforms. So if you mention A, they abuse you. He laid claims to the Kogi State developmental plans for the even development of all parts of the state, e.g. township roads, development project, and the siting of College of Education, Technical Mopa project by the state government, as resulting from his personal intervention and influence to launder his image as the new performing sheriff in town. For every developmental project in Mopa, he's like he's the one who did it. The governor of Kogi State visited Mopa last year and promised to help in the development of the roads. The governor has put his promise to effect, not only for Kogi State, but the entire states. For a very long time, we are seeing road projects in Kogi State. And he's claiming that it's his connection to the governor that created that one. It's laughable. For every development program that had been done in the past, anything new now is, even the federal government that is doing the trunk A1 road that passes from Lokoja to Ilorin, he is claiming that he met the Minister of Works. How can you jump your governor to go and meet the Minister of Works? It's even, he should, under any normal circumstances, he should be queried. By protocol, you don't have the right to go you can do private visit, but not official. I remember the time the Emir of Kano visited, is it Israel or whatever? He was queried by the federal government, I think during the time of Buhari administration. I remember too that the Kogi State governor, Dodo, the governor of Kwara State, Alhaji Abdulrazak, visited that he would look into it and make them happy. Now, as they start doing the work, he's now claiming that he's the one. And we challenge him to come and tell us the project that you have done yourself. Let us see. For discrediting Kogi State government, claiming their glory, passionately appealing Kogi State ongoing violations by Muyiwa Ibem. This is necessary to that are capable of further confusion in our peace-loving community. Chief Ibem and Mopa Traditional Council are hereby warned to stop what can be construed as obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence, and allow the court process to resolve the chieftaincy tussle in Mopa. God bless Mopa, God, Kogi State and Nigeria. Just as to round up, when you are in court, legally speaking, using their term, they say maintain the rest. The moment you are in the court, you don't take any further step. You stop and allow the court to take decisions on what you have taken to court. To now maintain calm. And we are also using to thank the Kogi State government, Alhaji Usman Ododo, and Alhaji Didat, the Commissioner for Local Government and Traditional Chieftaincy title. We appreciate their neutrality in this event, allowing the court to play out by not siding any side. We really appreciate them, and we pray for the success of that administration. Thank you very much, distinguished President.
And before we are also using this medium, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, to state in very clear terms, very unambiguous, that we have nothing personal against Chief Muyiwa Idon and his cohorts. But we will oppose anything that will truncate the peace, unity that has existed in Mopa land. Not only that, anything that will touch on our tradition, as well-wishers, people who are intention of the good of Mopa, be contemplating on having 6 ruling houses, which will accommodate changes and development. But he will tell you that he has other historical antecedents that empowers him to be the current Elulu. And he has sworn that he will use every means available to him to do what? To be enthroned as the Elulu. And we are saying no. Why the desperation? Be patient. Wait for your turn. Nobody is. So there are lots of things how he got into it with the current Otumba ceding to him, which we told him you don't have such unilateral power. The issue of Mopade is not just a contrition. It is a communal agreement dedicated that on every second Saturday of every September of the year is declared.
It's in the constitution of...
It's in the as Mopade. And on that day, no any activity, social, business, or anything that will take place. Everybody is in a celebrative mood. That has been the custom and tradition of Mopa. But as part of his arrogant ascension to power, is I can change anything to suit myself. And we are saying, no, you don't have such power. You don't have that. The power has not been donated to you. If during Mopade they decide to hold a council meeting and resolve that we are going to shift it back to December, fine. That December used to be. But because so many social activities are engaged during Christmas, marriages, and so that the Mopade celebration cannot be. So because of that, the council decided that we will now be having it every second Saturday of every September of every, and it's solely dedicated for that purpose.
It has been there for 70 years like that.
The BOT consists of elderly men and women. If you like, I can name them. They are the ones who took that decision that Mopade, in fact, they held consultation with him several times in his house. They held meetings with him on several occasions, trying to get him to see reason. I wish they were here. They would be the best persons to tell you their experience, this kind of insult they received from Chief Ibe, to the extent that many of them, or all of them, stated that they will never go to him. So it's very, very valid. All of us, in fact, at the beginning, we even called a meeting before the thing be tolerated to this level. He sent message that nobody should attend the meeting.
The meeting should not hold.
It should not hold.
He did everything to sabotage the meeting.
If the meeting should hold, it's going to send policemen. And that's why we are crying out. The process is the next ruling house, MTC will contact them and say, give us your candidate for our consideration as Mopa Traditional Council. And even when, after they have done that consideration, and assuming you present 2 people, even the final analysis still has to go to the local government. After that, it goes to the state government to say, okay, this is the person we are putting forward. And that's why we are saying all the procedures were faulted, were violated. They did not follow any of those. Rather, they started introducing extraneous procedures to suit themselves, like constituting what they call kingmakers and all those things, just to make sure that they launder the whole thing according to their own wills and caprices.